It's Deanna Williston from Our Blooming Catholic Life, and I'm here today with another eco-friendly review. Now, before to get to that super quick, I just want to let you know my new BFF appears to be a mockingbird with many exciting songs, and I believe he's been listening to some kids play video games, so he's got a lot of really interesting sounds for us today. As well, my friend Hound Dog, if you can hear him, he's playing with the kids in their yard, and so he is just, I don't even know what you call all those noises. He's a hound dog being houndy out there. On with the review. Okay, so I did really like the shampoo bar I've been using. I've actually gone through 2 bars now. Went to buy a new one in the store, and to my surprise, that kind is completely sold out. And so this is another very popular one. It's called HiBAR. They're very funny with their website. Their website is hellohibar.com. And when you go to open it, they take this little thing very seriously. So, hi, nice to meet you. It says they're on a mission to rid the world of unnecessary plastic. And so one of the things is that's not plastic tape. They say their packaging doesn't even use plastic tape. It is not only recyclable, but it's completely compostable, even with the inks on it. Completely compostable packaging. I had not opened it yet. I do want to show it to you, but I hadn't opened it at all because I wanted to do that with you. Oh, so it comes in wax paper. It's like getting a little gift here. It does have a unique shape. It's kind of like a wax paper coffee filter. It's a circle, basically. And it has a very unique shape. They say they were inspired. It was a group of friends that first started this company. They were inspired by a trip to the beach and just all the plastic on the beach. Just, it was awful. And they knew they had to do something. And so when they came up with salon quality, supposedly, shampoo and conditioner, but they took all the water out. So it's very eco-friendly, and they're inspired by river rocks, of course, because they were in the ocean. So this is a shampoo bar. The conditioner bars are supposed to be less mottled. You can see this is not really a solid color. So the conditioners are supposed to be less mottled and a darker color. So that's how you tell them apart. But they are kind of color-coded as well as to whether they're, this is the moisturizer. There's several varieties. Let me pull that screen up for you super quick. So right away, let me tell you that there is no, oh, come on. They are supposed to be 100% safe for colored or treated hair. Whatever. All natural. Yes. There are no sulfates, no phthalates, no parabens or silicones. The Moisturize and Volumizing bars are completely vegan, but the Maintain variety does contain a trace amount of honey. So let's get back to what kinds they have here. The Maintain bar is just the regular old everyday bar, and it's green. The orange one is Volumize. If you've got thin hair, so I may actually try that one because my hair is very fine. So I may try the orange one. Set what I got was Moisturize. There is also a yellow set that's called Soothe. And then if you look for it and it has a little circle down here that says fragrance free, you can get the Moisturize one in fragrance free as well. But it's all essential oils. And they're mostly citrus. I think there's also a ginger in it. But so if you've got any issues with those, you may not want it. It smells kind of lovely. I won't lie. But my son he's not truly allergic to ginger, but he can't have much ginger. So this for him might be a little intimidating, and we might need to get the fragrance free. Not that he's ever used them. He sticks with his shampoo, at least for now. The way you're supposed to hold them is pretty intuitive. It fits right in your hand. And unlike our other shampoo bar where you could rub it straight in your hair, or you could lather it up first and then put it in your hair, and that one was a super good latherer. This one you were supposed to use directly in your hair. One of the advantages I can see is when you've got the conditioner, say your hair is fine here, but really the ends need work. You could really scrub that moisturizer in, so that's a definite advantage to doing it that way. And yeah, you can do that with your hands. I just think it's really on point to do it right there. So these say the top tips are to make sure your hair is really wet before you apply it, because this is super dry, and don't let lather equal cleanliness, because lathering is not really cleanliness. It's often a lot of shampoo companies add things to their shampoos to make them lather more, to trick you into thinking that they're working more. Don't have that illusion. Use it for yourself and see if you think your hair is clean or not. Don't just go by lather. And of course, you want to store this somewhere. You want to store it like this, so it's upright, right? And not directly in the line of fire of the shower. You could even wrap it back up in its paper, put it back in here, and tuck it in a cabinet or something, whatever you do. So I haven't used it at all yet. I admit, I haven't used it at all, but I'm getting ready to, and I wanted to review it this way before I actually used it. So I'm kind of excited. We'll see how it goes. Anything else you need to know? Oh, if you go to the website, remember that was hellohibar.com. There is like this, supposed to be this little quiz to help you find which one you want. Thing is, there's a whole bunch of characteristics, but you can only click on one. Each one you click on is going to tell you a shampoo. So if you click on 3 things, you might have 3 different recommendations. So that's a little clunky, not perfect, but you'll figure it out. Is it a little pricey? Hard to say. I mean, they seem to be 13. They are all seem to be $13.95 no matter which one you get. At least right now on the website I'm looking at. It's maybe it's a little cheaper if you buy it as a set, the shampoo and the conditioner offline. I haven't looked at that. And so they say it's about the same as a 16-ounce bottle of shampoo. So find your favorite shampoo, look at it in a 16-ounce bottle, and compare it. That's all I got for you for right now, but hopefully soon I'll have more. Oh, it doesn't mention the apple cider vinegar rinse, so maybe because this has a shampoo and a conditioner, you wouldn't be doing the apple cider rinse. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. Thanks, friends. See you soon.
Hey friends, it's Deanna Wilson with Our Blooming Catholic Life, and I am back after having used my new HiBAR solid shampoo bar. I have to say, I got the moisture one, and my hair is like so silky. If it looks wonky, it's because I can't like stop with it today. I did not get the moisturizer. I just got the shampoo, and it has been lovely all day. It's super nice. And sometimes it's like that the first time you use it, so I'll try and keep you updated. Again, I did try storing it. I like shook it dry after I used it and put it back in the wax paper. Okay, that really worked. So that was a decent way to store it. I will say it was really weird to use it. I felt like I was erasing my hair, like rubbing it on, and it did actually create, I read the directions and said, like, don't be obsessed with creating a lather. A lather doesn't mean clean. It's usually there actually to fake you out. And so I wasn't worried about making a lather at all, but it still made this huge luxuriant lather, which is, I was not expecting, but it did. So perhaps I used a little bit too much. So if that's true though, friends, you hardly need to use any of this, which is even better yet. So I was pretty excited. Do I like it? Yes. What did we say it was? It was like $13 for this. I think it's totally going to be worth it. I couldn't see any really use. Oh my goodness, friends, if you have even shorter hair than me, this is going to last you like forever. And they do say, I don't think I covered yesterday, traveling with it, that you could wrap it up in a little wax paper like that, or even try and dry it off first as best you can, and then just put it in a little washcloth, a little face washcloth, and you should be good to go. If you want a hard cover, they don't make one, but you can certainly try fitting it in another hard cover, or they actually make a little sack to carry it in that they have on their website, because I think all the bars are the same size, so it wouldn't matter. Now, if people in your family are using different colored ones, you'd probably want little different colored washcloths to keep it in or something. But I mean, I don't know why you would do that. Honestly, this is really nice. Like I said, the packaging is not just all biodegradable, it's totally compostable. So when this is done, I can throw it out in my little rabbit poo compost heap. So that's kind of exciting as well. Just a little quick update since we brought up Mr. Rabbit, not just Mr. I have 3 rabbits downstairs. They're New Zealand mixes, so they're fairly large. And so we have I won't lie, we don't have the best litter box habits, especially because it's spring. So Miss Penny has been making, I don't know if she's nesting or making additional litter boxes. She's been shredding paper and carrying it around and decorating with it, as well as it almost looks like a nest or a second litter box. I can't tell, but I've seen her up there sitting in it, and she seems very proud of herself. So I'm a little reluctant to clean her this week just because she is very insistent that she needs it. Now she's totally spayed and her brother that she lives with is neutered, but it's still spring and that instinct is still there. I think they were spayed and neutered late in life, so some of those instincts are just still in them, and so I'll let her have her little fun of nesting for a little while. I kind of wonder too, if I clean it all up, if she will put it right back. I don't know. It would keep her busy, I guess. Also, so yesterday I was out shoveling in the compost heap, filling up my wheelbarrow. There was a spot where the ground wasn't quite level, where there'd been an old tree that was taken out, and so the ground sunk down a little bit, and so I wanted to fill that in with some fresh, beautiful dirt from our compost heap, and I went out and I was giving it a shovel, and I have to say, I was surprised at how much life was there. So on the surface, it just looks like hay with some odd vegetables thrown on top, and the second I put the shovel in, I mean, to say it was full of worms and beautifully aerated and fluffy doesn't begin to describe it. Some of the fruits, the vegetables seem to be decomposing very quickly, but the fruits, I guess, are more solid, I'm guessing. The fruits don't seem to have decomposed quite as fast, so some of those are still in there. And there were all kinds of bees flying around. The birds were like cheering me on because I was exposing. First I thought it was because it was spring and they're all so Twitter-pated and happy that they were singing. Then I realized I'm exposing all these worms and they were probably like, yoo-hoo, snack time. As we have, if you've watched that poem by John Bradburn that I read on it's on the John Bradburn Memorial Society's YouTube page. It's a very short poem called Of Worms, and you'll hear the bird is featured in there, as well as our little friend, the worm. So yeah, and I'm putting that in. I kind of tamped it down a little bit. I'm expecting to have to put a couple more loads in there. It's supposed to be thunderstorms tonight, so I'm expecting that ground to kind of soak up and sink down and compact a little bit. I want to make it nice and solid. So eventually my husband will be able to safely run the lawnmower over that area of the yard. I think that's it. Oh, wait. Our Living the Little Office of the Blessed Virgin Mary that we talked about on Monday. Since I updated the description as well as in the comments below, someone had asked me whether the Psalms in English were going to line up better than did the opening prayers. They did not. And when I really read, sorry, that the print in the beginning is... as you get in, it's spaced out a little bit better, but in the beginning, it's a solid block of tiny, tiny text. Might not have mentioned that. I normally mention that, sorry. And in that tiny, tiny text, if you read it, it's in here. It says, because the present work offers individual reflections suggested by the scriptural text, these ideas are recorded verse by verse. It follows, this is what I missed, it follows the critical edition of the Psalter, recently published in Latin by the professors of the Pontifical Biblical Institute. The English translation is that copyrighted by the Confraternity of Christian Doctrine, where scriptural references occur within the reflections proper, they usually follow the Dewey version of the Bible. And so apparently that edition of the Little Office of the Blessed Virgin Mary came out in 1954, the same time as this, which I find interesting because this book kind of made it seem like it was kind of, difficult to pray this routine prayer that you're doing continually every day in cycle and to keep your life from not intruding. But it was a brand new translation, a very accessible modern English translation. And so I'm not sure why a brand new edition would seem that routine. Seems really odd to me. You'd think it would be new and exciting at least for a while, but literally they were published in the same year. So what's up with that? And it does lead me to ponder just a little bit more. Does translating the Bible into super easy, accessible English, does it almost make it too easy? Does it make it superficial when you read it and not necessarily lead you into reflection? Do you then need to be led deeper into reflection by a book like this? And in contrast to that, of course, we know that St. Francis did that when he was reading the Bible in Latin. So perhaps not. He expanded all the prayers. Probably any prayer he encountered, he did expand on in his devotion. I'm just finding it interesting that they were talking about intrusive thoughts during their time praying the office when it was a brand new translation, and I would think it was kind of exciting for them. So just some things to think about. So if you have ideas about the different translations or another shampoo bar you'd like me to review, remember, I buy everything for this channel myself. I may have I've had one free book come, which I promptly lost and have not reviewed, and I am having another book mailed to me that I will be reviewing. So this is 99.9% of the things I review are at my own expense. So, I mean, I really needed a new shampoo bar, so I did that. But feel free to suggest them, and then maybe if I run out and my store is out again, I'll try your suggestion. So why not, right? God bless, friends. Have a beautiful day. Get out there, try and to conserve some water, keep plastics out of our ocean, and live the little office. God bless.